Okay, so today I'm going to show you the latest update from my swing products. In this case, we are talking about calculus. We are currently already on the 6th update of this product, and at the same time I took the advantage from the latest update and I have applied as well to the correlation product coming from the calculus. So now we are going to have the calculus itself for the 4 hours like we used it before for the BTC or for ETH, and at the same time with a very similar logic we are going to have the correlation strategy. In order to find them, you go into the indicators, invite only. So let's start first with the calculus dynamic and the latest update that I have found to it. So in this case you can see once you are going to apply it on the chart, you are going to see version 6 instead of the version 5 or 4, depends which one you are using before. And the biggest addition that I have, with this product right now is that for the side market, from the recommendation of a client from the group, he told me about the Kalman filter, and let's take a look at the Kalman filter. So this is more or less like a linear quadratic estimation, and it's an algorithm that uses a series of measurement, and it tries to eliminate as much as possible, the noise from that measurement, and try to give a more single accurate measure. And it looks like, it's not, it's like not perfect. But I noticed at least, an improvement of 15 to 25%, I would say, in the overall trades. And although, the profit might be the same, the biggest change that I've noticed was in the drawdown. So it's going to help a lot, with the drawdown. So in terms of the settings that we are going to have here, I didn't change nothing in the interface, because in this case all the logic is on the background, so you don't have to worry about optimizing anything. Currently the default settings that we are having right now, they are being made for the BTC USD 4 hours and at the same time ETH USD 4 hours and 3 hours. We can use both of them. We can see the 4 hours, it works pretty good, and then we can also use the 3 hours if we want, and this one works pretty good as well. The issue with it, because we are using the smaller time frame, it's much more aggressive, than the 4 hours, but overall it's still a very, very powerful product as well. So with this in mind, this is the latest update that we are going to have for the BTC and for the ETH. And we can see in this case, for example, for the 3 hours, it doesn't work so great on the BTC, but for the 4 hours, it's going very, very strong. In this case, for example, this year, it's already at 73%. So yeah, I don't have here, but maybe I think I do have actually in the other one, so we can see the difference. So for example, we can notice that this would be the 5th version. So let's put BTC USD. And in this case, we can see that with the 5th version, we would actually have a total of taking into account that we want to use the multiple logic so we can correctly estimate the other one. We can see that in this case the total it would be 800,000%, and we will have a 261 trades, while with the new one we have almost double, and we also have 10 less trades. But not just that, in general the difference is like when before it's going to enter in a trade, it's going to take a little bit more time to confirm if it's worthy or not. And at the same time, we can see that the drawdown, although it's similar, in this case, the big change is coming, like for example, from the graph, especially from the recent trades. Even though they look like they are very similar, there is a more waiting, I would say, before entering a trade, and I believe it's going to definitely help and improve it a lot. And the same, for example, if we are going to take a look into the ETH USD. For the 4 hours, we can see the same here. We would have 41% drawdown, but at the same time, if I are going to go here to the ETH USD from the Coinbase, we can see that now we have 2.5 million and 45% drawdown. But yeah, the difference as well is this year we can see we will have a 73% win rate for this year compared to a 58. But yeah, it's a bit similar results. We can see that overall here the net profit it might be better during this entire time, but the reason is that it was better in the previous years, while this one put more accent in the more recent years. So yeah, It's up to you, but I honestly believe, you know, it's a big improvement into it. So with this in mind, this is what we have for the calculus normal strategy. Now I'm going to remove them and let's take a look, you know, at the correlation product. And in this case, for this one, we are going to go BTC 4 hours calculus correlation, the strategy and the alert. You are going to notice that initially the price, it may look, you know, a little bit weird on the chart. In order to fix this, we will have to go in the styles and disable the lines. The reason behind it is that these lines, I couldn't find a way actually, you know, internally to remove it. But the big reason behind it is that they are coming, you know, from the correlation product, because in this case we are getting the data from BTC USD. So it means that we don't care what we are seeing on the screen, we are going to take the data from the BTC USD. And for example, I do have a list of pairs you can find in my other videos, you know, for this one. But let's take a look, for example, on ADA. So we can see that with correlation, for example, we would have 120% for this year. But if I'm not going to use correlation, in this case, you can see that I will actually have even a negative result for this one, or maybe I have to use a smaller value, something like this. So in this case, it would be 109%, you know, for this year. For ADA, it's going to take a little bit more time to. I don't know, today it's trading, it's a little bit buggy. I noticed with the data as well, you know, it doesn't give the proper data. But yeah. At the same time, while it's going to load, I'm going to enter, if I have here the calculus correlation, so we are going to take a look on the correlation product. And we can see, for example, the older product, in this case it would have an 88%, in this case with the correlation. And at the same time, you know, we were using the BTC USD. Well, I don't know why the fuck it doesn't want to start, but yeah. If I'll go into ADA one more time, but yeah, like I said, we want to use the correlation in this case, and we can see that the results are much better, 54% run compared to the 68. So yeah, you know, overall, I truly believe it's a big improvement. Like for example, if we are going to take with very similar correlated product, like for example Bitcoin Cash, here we are going to see a big difference. In this case, for example, for this year, we will have a 200%. If I go here, we will have 104%. So we have almost double the results. With bigger ones as well, like for example, ETH itself, if we'll take a look with the ETH itself, we can see that for this year, it would give us 111. But if I will take, for example, here a look on the ETH USDT, it would give us a 27%. So we can see that, especially the latest version, you know, for the correlation, it's working much better. So yeah, you know, like, I don't know, I'm going to take a look into some other pairs, but overall, I believe it's much stronger. Look, for example, Phil, 236% for this year, and if I will take a look, for example, in the other version, we'll have 159 or 69. So it's a big improvement. You know, like LTC, because it's a strong correlated pair with BTC, we can see that for this year it would be 87% with a total of 8,000. And if I will take a look into the ETC here, we can see that it's only 1,000, and this year it would be negative -3. So overall, I'm telling you, the new version is much more powerful, you know. So yeah, I will definitely change it, you know, and update to the latest one. So like for example, XRP, we can see this year 164. If I will take a look here into XRP, we would have 67. So big improvement as well. Stellar as well. You can see the Stellar 110% for this year, and with the other version we'll have only 11%. So overall, I'm telling you, overall it's a big improvement. The reason once again is that because we are making these trades with a little bit more delay, we are waiting for a big confirmation, so this definitely helps a lot. So yeah, this is what I have, you know, for the new strategy. In general, I recommend, you know, for this one, of course, to use it together with multiple pairs. You can take a look, for example, we have 122 pairs, but if you want, you can just go, for example, in this case, on sandwich.finance. From the sandwich.finance, I would recommend to download all the USDT perpetual pairs. After that, we import here the list of these pairs, and we are going to go one by one into each one of them. and we are going to take a look like which one actually have the best correlation with our product, and we are going to decide which one we want to choose or not. In this case, I'm using a bulk list of 122, but like I said, you can make it better, you can make it smaller, bigger. In the end, it's up to you. I like in the end as well, for example, some index pairs, like for example this one, the sheet pair, you know, from FTX, or at the same time alt pair as well from the FTX. I like because in this case you have kind of like an index and it helps a lot. But yeah, in this case, for example, you have to use the FTX broker. But overall, like I said, I firmly believe that, and not just that, you can also, if you want, you can go into the BTC coin pairs, you know, and into some of them is going to work with them as well. Not necessarily with these ones, but I do believe that some of them are going to work with this product as well. But yeah, I don't know exactly which one right now are there, but you can take a look as well, you know, into the BTC pairs. And also, if you want in the coin itself, if you want to trade the coin itself, you know, you can also use it, and you are going to have a similar result like when you would be trading, you know, the USDT pairs. So yeah, overall, like I said, I believe it's a very, very powerful improvement. And now I'm going to take a look, and maybe I'm going to apply it as well to the 30 minutes correlation product, in this case the Dominus Rebo. So yeah, this is what we have for today. I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.